My name is Jenny Stevens, and I am the Chief Executive Officer of the Center for Heirs Property Preservation. Heirs property is land that has been passed down without a will over many generations, and whatever one member does can upset the ownership status for the other members.
If you have a property and you die without a will and you have 10 children, then each of them have a 1/10 interest in that property.
Our people were told early on, one way to preserve the land for the family is to leave it to the family. Now, that was okay back when maybe there were 10 people, but you look at now that maybe there are 200 or 500 with this plot of land belonging to all of them.
All right, what's going on, everyone? King here, back for another video. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm back to walk in my neighborhood, get some exercise in. So I thought I'll bring you guys along with me. I'm shooting on my my Insta360 camera, the Go 3. So I had this camera for a few months and I've not really utilized it, so I think I'll try it out versus using my phone to record some of my videos. So I'm walking part of my neighborhood with it. They're doing some new construction, so it's better for me to record here my videos versus walking through the neighborhood flagging people's homes. What's going on? Anyways, so I thought I would just, record me walking and have a conversation. I made several videos, talk about my experience in dealing with Heir property. And, the fight continues. Right now it's kind of slow, even though I'm trying to get the attorney that I hired to represent me and my mother to speed things along, but for some reason there's no traction. And actually I'm considering finding a new attorney. Me and my mother have discussed this for months since we hired the attorney, due to the lack of moving things along, things that should have happened didn't happen, false promises, whatnot. So we'll see how it goes. As I said, that they're building some new homes here down the street here, so apologies for the noise. Hopefully everyone can hear me, it's not too windy. And also I saw at least two videos from different channels on YouTube. Oh, hold on. Let me move past this house. It's doing construction using a saw. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So saw two videos on two different news channels, YouTube channels, talking about Heir property. What is Heir property? What's the root cause of Heir property? What's the risk of Heir property? And one of the videos, and I'm going to do a reaction video to those videos, so look out for that. That video was coming probably sometime this week or a couple of days. But there was personalities on there, people on there being interviewed or giving their comments, were politicians and people that are in the industry, or business of, nonprofit, trying to preserve and protect property, trying to educate people on the risks associated with having Heir property here in South Carolina or parts of the South where it affects black people, black landowners. Try to help them not lose their land. But the problem I have with those videos is that don't say they focus on the negative, but they define what's heirs property, how it's property becoming heirs property, who are heirs. You know, because the original owners of the property died without having a will. I think the example they used was, say there's a man or a woman, whatever, right, had 10 children, and they died without a will. And so those 10 children now own 1/10 of that property, or 1/10 of that estate, right? And they went on to say that if one person has an issue with their property, say they don't get along with other family members or whatever the case may be, or they want to be bought out, that they would sell their share to an outsider, to a person who is not a family member, for whatever reason. So that person can then buy other shares of the property, right? Because that one person now becomes a member of the family. That's their example they're using, the words that they're using. And again, I'll do reactions to that video, to those videos. Excuse me. So, so that one person can now be a member of the family, can petition the court to partition and sell the property, so forth and so forth. Right? And that may be true. That can possibly happen, and it probably has happened. Or, you know, there's evidence of it happening in other states and in other counties and other people who are heirs of property. But again, the problem I have is, why not focus on the educational aspect of it, or setting up the foundation, the blueprint, if you will, of how people can preserve and protect their property. What are the rules and laws, right, to help preserve and protect the property? Put it in the forefront. Why lead off with, oh, this land can be lost if one person does X, Y, Z? Why not tell a story that the land can be preserved and protected if one person bring forth a lawsuit, right, to acquire a title, or take other legal action to preserve and protect the property by setting up a land trust, getting with the nonprofit organizations to bring them in to brief the family, to have a discussion with the family, to educate the family members, those 10 kids, those 10 children that are now heirs of the property, who have 1/10 ownership of the property. Bring them all together and have a conversation. And if then it is still a disagreement on how things should be done, okay, help them resolve the disagreements. If a person wants to sell their share, okay, have the other 9 children buy out that one child, so that child no longer has interest in the property. That's another way to do it. And there's an act out there called the Heirs Property Partition Act that allows that to happen, to where if there is a dispute in a family, so that one child disagrees with how things are supposed to happen with the property, that the other heirs to property, or those who have invested interest, can buy out their share before that one child goes outside the family to sell his or her share to an outsider, whether it be to a land developer, a real estate agent, whoever in the mother, an investor, right? That can happen. But again, where's the rules and policies and laws to say, okay, here are other options to take. Create a land trust. Do this, do that, do that, do this. Put that in writing. Put that into the Heirs Property Partition Act. Put that allow the other counties, whatever state you're in, to work with the heirs property owners, or a property that is considered heirs property. Work with them to ensure that the property does not be lost and sold at a tax sale because of disagreements over whatever case may be. Put that in writing. But these personalities that are being interviewed on these videos or making comments on these videos, why they're not talking about that? There's a study done here in the state of South Carolina, in Columbia, which is the capital of South Carolina, of I believe it was judges and lawyers and some nonprofit organizations, as well as politicians, state politicians, a representative or a senator, whoever, congressman, woman, whatever, that they were having conversation, having discussions about heirs property, but where was the people that are heirs, such as myself? Why weren't they included in the conversation? Why weren't they brought to the Capitol to sit into this case study, to be questioned, to be interviewed, to allow them to speak on their experience, on their knowledge, on the things that they see is an issue that needs to be resolved dealing with heir property? It didn't happen. I read the report, I read the case study. You know, I contacted the politician's secretary and talked to her directly over the phone and via email. So she sent me that case study. It didn't happen. It needs to happen. You know, it shouldn't be all about selling the property to resolve the issue. Because again, I've talked to lawyers here in South Carolina, and they all say like, "Well, Mr. King, why don't you just sell your share and be done with it? Because you're gonna have this issue in 10, 20 years down the road." Maybe so, but now we put in the land trust. Now that we have rules and laws and orders to govern us, yet we have an order to acquire the title, and family members choose not to abide by it. They accuse me of committing fraud. They accuse me of lying. They accuse me of trying to steal this property. But no proof, no evidence. How you doing? Morning.
Afternoon.
Hey, it is afternoon? Okay, I woke up late then. Yeah, I didn't realize it was afternoon. But anyways, so yeah, I think that should happen. Again, this is my thoughts, my opinions of the matter, but trying to get family members to understand and see things through is a challenging task. I get it, I understand it. Even with the order, even with my involvement in trying to resolve the heir property issue, or for my family, is like I was involved. I was a manager, but then trying to do things right and recording these meetings, put things on paper, having documents, evidence to back up what's been going on. Members of my family still call me a liar, still accuse me of committing fraud, still accuse me of I'm taking over, I'm doing things I want to do. How am I taking over? But yet, when they were involved, when they were so-called in charge, they didn't do anything to get it done. Even when they were being sued, they didn't do it. So I was left to get it done. Members of my family who were supposed to be involved in managing property walked away and left me hanging. And then when I tried to walk away, trying to resign from being one of the managers, I was ridiculed. Right? They called me weak. Clowned me for being emotional and dealing with family. They saw my love and respect and hurt feelings that I had as a sign of weakness. That I was vulnerable, that I was weak. Okay. They keep me when I'm down. Only person that was there to be there to pick me up was my mother. Other family members, aunts, uncles, cousins, left me hanging, stabbed me in the back, talked so much trash about me, ran to my sister, talked trash about me to my sister. Right? Won't even apologize. Won't even acknowledge that what they did was wrong, but yet I'm wrong. Yeah, I gotta apologize. And when I do apologize, I'm still ridiculed. I'm still like, comments are made that I didn't see in my place. Where is my place? My place is beside my mother. I'm not gonna be behind my mother. I'll be beside my mother. Because I was there when her mother passed away and we had to go probate. I was there with my mother. I was not behind my mother. I was with my mother, supporting my mother. So, anyways, I think I've been speaking long enough. But yeah, those are my thoughts. So look out for the video, me reacting to those 2 videos. Maybe I'll do a separate one for each video, reaction to each video. Also, for a selfless plug here, I have a YouTube channel where I focus on travel. It's called King and His Travels. I'll put the link in the description to my video. Please check out my channel if you're into traveling. But yeah, so give this video a like, share this video, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and I'll see you in another video. Take care. Peace.